this is Danger Canadian Content Productions, live from Factory Girl here on the Danforth. I'm the Moose, and today we're talking to Jenna from Rotary Dial. Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
A couple of things, I think. First of all, the first time we saw you was in the Silver Dollar, and obviously that venue's sadly not there anymore now. But it was a tremendous night, and you stuck in our minds for all the right reasons. And then we fast forward a little bit, and then we're talking about the Garrison and your album launch. So obviously there's been there's a fair amount of time in between those two things. But if we just concentrate on the Garrison for the moment, that was a hell of a fun evening, one way or another.
I'm glad that it came off that way.
It did.
Was a huge amount of work for us, but it really paid off.
It was a lot of fun. And I think it also depends, and like with everything in terms of really good evenings, it depends on who you pick to be able to come and be part of that.
Right.
Yeah. So you open with Muskedowser, who are familiar to us, and then in with the Rathburns, and then I can honestly say yours was like a party because it was one of your guys' birthdays as well, wasn't it? That same.
No, I think we were just treating it like it was our birthday.
Oh, okay, fine, fair enough. No, that works even better.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah.
It was a hell of. It really was. It was a lot of fun. Genuinely a lot of fun, and. The key thing is that I know for all the stress in terms of arranging it, you enjoyed it though.
Oh yeah, it was the final night of so much work, and the whole thing was just, it went perfectly. I mean, I took the day off of work and I relaxed. I went out for lunch, and I've never put so much of myself into any project before.
Right.
And then to have a project have that big of a party, to just finish it, and then that was it, and we were done, and it felt so good.
And that's wonderful, isn't it? Because it's in some ways it's the end of, as you say, it's the end of something, but it's also the start as well, because the album release, the Hope for All Lovers coming out, is almost like yes, it's the end product, but it's also the start then of them, promoting it and then going on and playing again, isn't it? So to get to a bigger audience as well. So is that part of your thought process in terms of more gigs to come out for Rotary Dial?
Well, I mean, the big part of it for us was that it was our first music video.
Right.
And also we had released 2 EPs prior to that, but that was with a different drummer.
Right.
So this EP was with our current lineup and our only recordings with our current lineup, and then it was our first music video together.
Right.
And it was the first music video. I had been in music videos for other bands, but this one, I mean, we did everything. We set directed, we directed. We got our friends to star in it. It was great.
Well, and again, to get to that point, just to get everything in, it's the organisation, as you say, and whether you're familiar with with running production or not, you learn pretty quickly in terms of. So what was your biggest challenge coming out of that?
So we bit off way more than we could chew, because we decided for our first music video, how great would it be to have a party with all of our friends, which seems very, like, you can do that anytime. But we did it up in Orangeville at our friend's farmhouse. So we also had to organize, we had to make sure that there was going to be 25 people there at least, just to fill the room so it looked like a party.
Right.
Then we had to figure out how to drive everybody up there, what time schedule to get them there, because we filmed some scenes that weren't like party scenes, and also like the band performing and all that. So, I mean, the whole organization aspect of it was huge. It was huge, and luckily we had a team of professionals and people who had done it before on our side. But yeah, I mean, it was so not about the song for so long,
right.
Not about the recording, and just about this trying to create something different with the art that we've already made.
Yep.
And it was a huge learning experience for all of us. I mean, we're so proud of what we did, but we know the next thing that we're going to do is going to be way better.
Ah, right. Okay. So you're planning already. And this is the beauty of it, isn't it? That was really good. What's next? Kind of thing. Because for every release, whether it be EP, album, single, whatever, there's always 3 or 4 songs that then don't make that list.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes more than that.
course.
Which may, and it depends on the way you look at it, because you can either go one or two ways, I think. You either go, right, these songs weren't good enough this time around, could we craft them in a different way and then put them on? Or, one band we've talked to recently said, no, everything that we rejected is rejected for good, and we're starting again from scratch. And so what's your thought process around that? Would you recycle songs, or?
I mean, for our live show, we keep old songs in, and we just change them whenever we have to. So that works for that. But when we released the EP, I had this taste of, wow, this is what we can do as us. And like I said, it was our first sort of release as our current lineup.
Right.
So immediately after that, actually our guitar player Shane, he went on tour with his other band. So we had about a month off after the release party. So I hunkered down and I wrote just a huge pile of songs. And now I'm just kind of getting them ready for the next album. And the song that we released as the video, Eye of the Storm, was the first co-write between myself and Shane. So we're going to try more of that, more co-writing with all the band members, probably a few songs that just I've written, maybe a few songs that just Shane's written. We're still kind of figuring everything out, but we're just really excited to try the next thing, because now we know what we can do. No,
I love that. I love the fact that it's not the end, it's the beginning.
Exactly.
Really, and that there's a hell of a lot involved in that, and it's important. It's important because you evolve as a band, and also as songwriters as well. So it's interesting you say you've written a bunch of songs. Do they come easily to you? Is going to be my next question, because I've been suffering writer's block forever. Not that I'm a very good songwriter, you understand, but just writing anything.
Right.
Does that come easily to you in terms of writing?
It does. I find that I'll go through, I just wrote about this yesterday, I'll go through periods where I feel like my brain is overflowing and I cannot get to a piece of paper fast enough to write it down. I have my phone on me all the time and I'm singing into it, and there's hundreds of clips of just one bar of a melody that I listen back to it and I can't hear it over like the cars driving by in the back. But that period of my, it's usually like a month out of the year. So many songs come out of me, and that's just
phenomenal.
Yeah, and then it's dry, and then it comes back, and I've actually lately been way better with, instead of trying to get them all out at once, in fear of, because every time it gets to the end of that period, I feel like I'm never going to write a song again. Yeah, but I'm trying this new thing where instead of doing that, I balance that art with different kinds of art.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying writing some sort of like fiction things, like not for anything and not for any deadlines and not for anybody, just for fun. And I'm finding that just peppering that in makes me excited to go back.
Brilliant.
And write more songs.
No, I love that. I love that idea. I have something called 500 words, which I've miserably failed at recently. But the idea is to write 500 words every day, which is just a piece of A4.
Yeah.
And if you use really large font, there aren't many words in it at all. But just to get 500 words typed, I've got a series of things I'm trying to write at the moment. But 500 words is my goal. And for the longest time, I just had and I was producing loads and loads of work. It was really nice. But then stopped because I just completely dried up. But get back to that at some point. But it's lovely because you, as you say, not necessarily about songwriting, but whether it be fiction writing, etc., is a good way of keeping that moving. Yeah. And talking of fiction, well, I think what we'll do now is we'll move into the speed round of doom, and we'll go through this and see what you think. There are no right or wrong answers to these. Okay. First thing that comes into your head, if you want to share it, that's fine. If you think no, we can't do that, then pass it and we can move on.
No, I'm good. I'm ready.
You're good. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Okay. First one, we'll start with a straight choice: penguins or scorpions?
Scorpions.
Scorpions.
Yeah.
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 I think scorpions are cool.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of thought that you meant like which one would you want on your team?
That's okay. Yeah. So. Scorpions is good.
Yeah.
In terms of pizza, if you had to try and describe your personality in a pizza, or just your favourite pizza, what would that look like? What would your favourite pizza? What would that pizza personality look like?
It would have figs on it,
Oh,
and it wouldn't have cheese because I don't eat dairy or meat.
okay.
And so I think that the pizza that describes me is one that's difficult to order and make because I'm the worst for going out to restaurants with because I have dietary restrictions like you wouldn't believe. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So figs and no cheese. Is basically
Figs and no cheese.
sounds like the worst pizza in the world.
I like the idea of figs. That's that. Yeah, I really do actually. That's just me though. Maple syrup.
Yep.
Overpriced or overrated?
Oh no, neither of those.
No.
I mean, it's the best thing ever.
Best thing ever.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to say, and I will gladly share this, I recently bought maple syrup, which I don't normally do.
Okay.
I bought grade A maple syrup simply to be able to put in some beer I was making. So I wouldn't have bought it otherwise, but I put it in the beer. And I had to make sure we had the best possible maple syrup to go in the
Right.
beer. That didn't end well, and I can share that afterwards. But it did not end well at all. In fact, some of it may be still in orbit as we speak. So we got a space program going to Mars at some point. Okay, it's a one-way trip. We've revamped this question from season 1. We've had to choose which musical celebrity is going to go on a one-way trip to Mars, and we're never going to see or hear from them again. Would it be Van Morrison, Johnny Rotten, Kanye West, Sting, or Bob Dylan?
So they're going. And
They're
no
going.
One else is
No,
going.
they're going. They're on the shuttle. You're not going. They're going. So
Right.
we're not going to be hearing from any of these people again, basically.
Yeah, I mean, Bob Dylan's had a good run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I think that's the only one that really stands out.
Stands out. No, that's fine. That's what I did say. It's the first one that comes. There really are no bad choices
Yeah.
here. Okay. Other than the fact that Bob's definitely going.
Right. Right.
In a fight between a silverback gorilla and 100 midgets with knives, who's going to come out the winner?
I mean, obviously, the midgets with knives, little people with knives.
Little people with knives.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think there's even a competition.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Yes, we may have to revise the word midget as well because I'm
Yeah.
not sure that's necessarily as PC
It's
as it
little
should be.
people, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
people of restricted growth or something like this. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
Right.
In the event that you had to describe yourself as one of the following, how would you describe yourself? High maintenance,
Okay.
low maintenance, or, and this is, I know some people like this, high maintenance but think you're low maintenance?
Can I be a hybrid?
Yeah, you can be whatever you want.
I'm high maintenance when it comes to needing a lot of emotional energy.
Right.
But I can also be low maintenance because, I mean, you can get me a pizza with no cheese and some figs on it and I'll probably be happy.
No, that is. I like the hybrid idea. We may have to incorporate that moving forward.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I think we're all of those at various times in wherever we are. So again, there's no bad thing. In terms of Toronto, we know it was called Hogtown, or is still called Hogtown in certain places. But what vegetable would best describe Toronto?
Best describe Toronto.
Yeah. If Toronto had to be described as a vegetable.
Okay, let's go with, I want to say kale, but I don't feel good about it.
Okay.
Like, it seems kind of like it thinks it's alternative. And, well, I don't know, kale's good for you. Toronto's good for me. I don't know if it's good for everybody, but sometimes it doesn't taste great.
No.
Like, it's not always the best. You know, it's not always the thing that you want, but it's still good for you.
It's still good for you. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. No, that's a tremendous answer. I really like that. Seriously, that's a great answer. Okay, so that brings us, I think, to the end. We want to first of all thank Jenna for being able to come in and share with us. That's absolutely brilliant. I want to thank Factory Girl and George for tolerating us again. Yestin for doing the filming. All the details of Rotary Dial's clips and everything else will be in the credits as they roll through, so you'll get to see those, as will the details of Danger Canadian content. I would just like to say thank you very much indeed.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much for having me.
Number 16, you're
the best, so you'll see that I'm less if I let myself win. If I let myself win. Their wings harp your altars, no match for me. And I can amaze even you, sometimes myself too. 'Cause I'm lower than the fire beneath my